Hey, what's up, folks? If you're looking for the best monitors for PS5, you've landed in the perfect spot. We've done the research to bring you the best monitor for PS5 options for this year, considering price, performance, and usage scenarios. Stick around to discover which monitors for PS5 is the best fit for you. You can find all the product links with the best deals in the description box below. Our list is in no particular order, so be sure to stay tuned till the end. Let's get started. Number 1. LG UltraGear 32GS 95UEBB. The LG UltraGear 32GS 95UEB is arguably overkill just for console. However, if you're rocking a desk setup with a PS5 and a high-spec PC, this premium panel will provide both with an optimal gaming experience. The 32G's 95UEB's biggest selling point is its dual-resolution mode, as it can hop back and forth between 4K 240Hz and 1080p 480Hz with a button press. That's not going to automatically benefit PS5 players since Sony's console caps out at 120Hz. What it will do is enable anyone who also plays competitive shooters on PC to instantly switch to a much faster refresh rate, all while still having a glorious UHD OLED display to hand for big-budget PlayStation adventures. If you're looking for a screen that mostly avoids gamer vibes, the 32GS95UEB should check most of your boxes. From the front, the screen almost looks like an Apple Studio display thanks to its flat stand attached to a broad stock. Number 2, Samsung Odyssey OLED G8. The Samsung Odyssey OLED G8/G80 SDS32D G80 is the best monitor for PS5 that we've tested. It's a high-end 4K 32-inch monitor that's incredible for gaming. While the console can't fully use the monitor's fast 240Hz refresh rate, it still supports any signal including 4K at 120Hz thanks to its HDMI 2.1 bandwidth. This high refresh rate is also beneficial if you want to connect your gaming PC on the side. On top of that, it has a near instantaneous response time for crystal clear motion with fast-moving objects. Besides its high-end performance for console gaming, it also delivers premium picture quality thanks to its QD OLED panel. HDR games look fantastic with rich, vivid colors. The monitor has near-perfect contrast, displaying deep blacks next to bright highlights, and is great for playing games in a dark room. It even has fantastic reflection handling in a bright room thanks to its matte coating. But if you prefer something with a glossy coating, check out the MSI MPG321UR-QD OLED instead. It performs similarly, but it's sometimes harder to find. That said, the MSI is worth getting when you can find it available. Number 3. LG 27GS95QEB. If you don't need the best 4K monitor for PS5 with premium features but still want something with fantastic gaming performance, then an upper mid-range option like the LG 27GS95QEB is a great alternative. It's different from the Samsung Odyssey OLED G8/G80 SDS32DG80 in a few ways because it has a lower 1440p resolution. While this means images are less detailed, it still supports HDMI 2.1 bandwidth and can downscale 4K signals at 120Hz, which results in a more detailed image than native 1440p. It also has an OLED panel, so it has a near instantaneous response time resulting in extremely sharp motion. While it isn't a QD OLED like the Samsung, and colors aren't as vivid, it still displays deep blacks in dark rooms. It's also fine if you want to game with it in a bright room, but if you want an OLED that gets even brighter, look into the Asus ROG Strix OLED XG27AQD EMG instead. However, it lacks HDMI 2.1 bandwidth to take full advantage of the PS5 and PS5 Pro. Number 4. MSI Optix MPG321UR-QD. The MSI Optix MPG321UR-QD is a few years old, but remains one of our favorite quantum dot monitors. QD tech adds a thin layer of microparticles that help boost color accuracy and brightness, and the MPG321UR-QD showcases the tech well, displaying exceptional gaming performance in all scenarios. Color contrast and accuracy may need some tweaking on the user's end, but other than that, we can't help but recommend it. With excellent performance, high refresh rates, and HDMI 2.1 support, the MSI Optix MPG321UR-QD is a great overall pick for PlayStation 5 owners. Number 5. BenQ Mobiuz X2000 510 sun. The PlayStation 5 is expensive, so gamers might not be ready to invest another $200 or $300 in a monitor to accompany the console. If you are short on change, the BenQ Mobiuz EX2000 510S might quickly and easily solve your display woes. You've got some limitations to consider. It's a 1080p display with middling HDR and no USB ports. But we picked it because of its exceptional gaming performance and low input lag, as well as its low price. The BenQ Mobiuz EX2510S is not for gamers looking for dazzling 4K visuals, but it'll satisfy those looking for just enough to enjoy their games while not going broke in the process. Number 6. Sony Inzone M9. The very best 1440p PS5 monitor, then look no further than the Sony Inzone M9. Combining that excellent midway resolution with a beautiful OLED panel, this screen walks the line beautifully between offering high-quality images for single-player games and blistering speeds for esports and competitive play. While not sharing its predecessors, the Inzone M9 PS5-like aesthetic, it has a brilliant stand that's small and understated but offers great adjustability, and it also retains a bunch of Sony's PS5-focused features. The latter includes variable refresh rate, VRR, and an automatic PS5 mode, which will automatically calibrate HDR, brightness, and contrast for games. There are also all the necessary ports for PS5 and PC, and it's G-Sync compatible too. Throughout our testing, we couldn't fault the M9 in the slightest. No matter what we played or tested, the monitor excelled. The OLED panel is brilliant for slower-paced single-player games, making environments look stunning on PS5 with glorious HDR and color representation, while the monitor really comes to life when playing competitive. Number 7. Sony Inzone M9. Sony's first attempt at a gaming monitor is the Inzone M9, a 4K panel with an aesthetic that matches the PS5's black and white color scheme. With exclusive PS5 features like Auto HDR tone mapping, which automatically detects your PS5 at startup and optimizes HDR settings, the Inzone M9 is uniquely equipped to maximize the performance of your console. At 144 Hz, the monitor is ideal for high frame rates and VRR modes on the PlayStation 5. PC gamers might find it lacking in features for the price, but Sony's freshman effort is worth a look. If you're interested in brand synergy and want the curtains to match the drapes, the Sony Inzone M9 is a great buy for 4K console play. Number 8. Samsung Odyssey OLED G6. When it comes to striking a balance between specs and price, the Samsung Odyssey OLED G6 is a heavy hitter. While the top PS5 monitor spot on our list naturally goes to a 4K panel, this screen will offer up tremendous colors and a faster 360 Hz refresh rate that might just come in handy by the time the PS5 Pro arrives. Kitted out with a 1440p 360Hz panel with an excellent anti-glare coating, the Samsung OLED G6 makes both console and PC visuals look the part. Sure, playing at 4K would provide your PS5 adventures with extra clarity, but if you're aiming for a 27-inch display anyway, trading UHD for superior colors and contrast is well worthwhile. Plus, if you also have a PC as part of your setup, you'll be able to make full use of the monitor's faster refresh rate. Design. Looks are absolutely on the OLED G6's side, and Samsung knows a thing or two about making a great-looking screen. The back end of the panel wears a striking RGB ring that adds a flash of futuristic color. Number 9. Dell 32.4Ku HD Gaming Monitor G3000-233Q. The Dell 32.4K UHD Gaming Monitor G3000-223Q is one of the most straightforward PS5 monitors I've seen since my colleague's review here at Tom's Guide. It's one of my favorites to hook up to Sony's console to boot. This 32-inch monitor isn't showy or complicated, and I dig its minimalist design. It's just a plain-looking monitor with a large, sturdy stand that displays absolutely gorgeous pictures, whether you're playing PS5 games or the finest PC titles on Steam, initially released for a wince-inducing $1,100. Thankfully, the price of Dell's 4K panel has dropped significantly since its initial release. When I recently checked how much it was going for at Amazon recently, the G3000-223Q was listed for just $520. Talk about a figure that's far kinder on your bank balance. Like Acheron, our brains suppress the battle, get a little subtle if you can, for visual information that's more helpful. Now, you can go ahead and buy yourself a desk with that big ol' saving, although hopefully your current one will be able to house Dell's 32-inch beast without dominating your workspace. One big advantage of the G3000-223Q is that it renders vivid colors in either standard or HDR modes.